You don't have to be a part of this. You have a choice!
I've made it! Bye, brother.
Alright, what is going on, guys? It's Tazz here, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we've got for you guys is another Arrow video. Our most recent episode, that being episode 17 of season 7 titled Inheritance, finally gave us some long-awaited backstory on the newest archer on the show, that being Emiko Queen. Throughout the episode, we were given some flashbacks to her as a kid, ranging from Robert Queen leaving her and her mother, to her first meeting with Dante, to their eventual training together as she transitioned into our current day version of Emiko. It was very cool to have Robert Queen back for an episode, but continuing on with Emiko, I loved finally getting some background on her training with Dante, as well as just seeing that, I guess, non-existent relationship she had with her father before she was evil Miko, but I'll come back to that stuff a little bit later. Anyway, we do have Lil Miko delivering some sketchy packages in the Glades. That's how the Mafia works, kids, but it really did make you feel for her and kind of understand where she was coming from later on in the episode, after watching Robert Queen walk out on her and her mother, and basically wanting nothing to do with her later on, as he feared that someone would find out about her. Moving over to present day though, Emiko was training a bit with Oliver and trying to act like she wanted to be a part of Team Arrow, only to pull an elaborate double triple overcross on everybody. I think I counted like 6 or maybe more times that she may have swapped sides or betrayed someone or just pulled something, and I feel like we may see it happen at least one more time later on in the season. But I mean, come on, her secrets have secrets. So through Laurel's suspicion of Emiko, Oliver was sent on a path to discover her involvement with not only her mentor Dante, but also the elusive Ninth Circle that we have all been waiting for. So very cool to have confirmation that these guys do exist and that they were really building to a Ninth Circle story this whole time. Also, those Ninth Circle thugs were all covered up all throughout this episode, making me think that they are going with the whole burning fire lava initiation thing to get into the Ninth Circle, meaning I don't think Emiko really killed Diaz, but rather initiated him into the Order of the Ninth Circle. Crazy theory, but that's just my thought. But with all of the Ninth Circle and Emiko team swapping also came her brand new Red Arrow suit, which might I say looked absolutely amazing within the episode. Also, I do really love it without that black body armor piece over it when she was just hanging out in the bunker and just, you know, being casual Red Arrow. So super glad to finally see her out there sporting this red suit. Absolutely love the new look, even if she is evil Miko at the moment. Even the makeup made her look like she was up to no good well in that suit, but I mean, I guess it is for a good reason though. Looking at things from her perspective, she does have little to no reason to trust that Oliver or Team Arrow will treat her any differently from her father, so it does make sense that she is doing what she is doing. But one major shock that led into another this episode was when we found out that Emiko is not just working under Dante in the Ninth Circle, but is the leader of the group at the moment. Pretty crazy misdirect, but I definitely feel like Dante won't let that last for long. My theory right now is that we may have a couple of more episodes of evil Emiko, and then Dante will try to take control of the Ninth Circle and go after Felicity's Archer program by betraying Emiko and having her swap back over to the side of Team Arrow to take down Dante, or the other possibility is maybe she wasn't completely lying about wanting out of the Ninth Circle and will use her leadership position as a way out. But moving over to the Felicity story within this episode though, we have a lot more progression towards Smoke Tech. She even hired her old hacker buddy, so that was nice to see that develop, and I'm sure it will grow more and more throughout the rest of the season. And back onto Dante, I'm not saying, but I'm just saying I'm pretty sure he's the one that killed Emiko's mother, but the big shock of Emiko leading the Ninth Circle led into another surprising flashback towards the end of the episode as well. It seems as if Emiko was at least complacent in the accident on the Queen's Gambit, as she could have told her father about his impending doom, but after a not so great meeting with him, she decided against it and decided to go all in on the Ninth Circle. So Emiko's maybe not the greatest person right now, is she? But again, she has her reasons to be the way she is. Her dad's kind of a jerk, but we already knew that, and I don't think she is beyond redemption just yet, but we will have to wait and see. I'm also very happy that they are bringing back so many story threads from season 1, as we do know this show is nearing its end, but whatever happens, I'm super excited to see it play out, because all of this Emiko Ninth Circle stuff is right out of the Green Arrow Rebirth comics. Universe. If you do have a DC Universe subscription, I highly suggest you guys do go check out Green Arrow Rebirth. If you haven't already, you can learn a bunch more about Emiko and the Ninth Circle and get a good idea of what may happen later on down the line. But backtracking to the idea of redemption, Black Siren Laurel had a lot to do within this episode as well. She was doing her DA thing, trying to stay within the law, but bending the rules when necessary. It all seemed to be going okay for a little while for Laurel until Dinah came to her and questioned her methods about whether or not she had really changed, as well as Emiko exposing her past to the general public, both of which will be a big focus of the next episode that isn't actually airing until the middle of April 15th to be exact, and it's at a new time as well. Arrow will air at 9 p.m. after Legends, as it is coming back while the rest of our Arrowverse shows take their yearly break right before the final few episodes of the season. But episode 18, titled Lost Canary, is one that we've known about for a bit now, and is going to be a big Laurel episode as she is returning to the Black Siren life, and maybe part of it will also be a Laurel versus Emiko and Ninth Circle story, as we saw more tension between the two of them at the end of the most recent episode. Also, Sarah will be back and suited up on Arrow for episode 18 as well, and it seems like she will be brought in to help Dinah and Felicity try to get through to and stop Laurel from reverting back to how she used to be. Felicity is also most likely going to be a big part of that story as well, as she has really been the only one to fully be on Laurel's side this season, and they've basically become best friends. So it should be interesting to see how it all plays out, but I do think the trailer is intentionally pretty misleading. There's no way they would actually undo all of this redemption and development for Black Siren, but in reality, I do think what the episode is meant to do is to show Black Siren fully coming into her own as the new Laurel and fully being accepted by the team by the end of the episode. I definitely think Laurel has more than earned the trust of Team Arrow and have really loved her redemption arc thus far. This could just be wishful thinking, but it does seem like the more likely option. Also, based off of the trailer alone, some people are saying it looks like Laurel's Black Siren suit is a bit different. I can't really pinpoint any major changes to the suit, other than she is wearing a hoodie at one point, and maybe that's just because we haven't seen it in a while that people are thinking that there's something different with it. I've also heard some talk that this could possibly be Laurel's last episode of the season, or at least until the finale. This may or may not be true, but maybe she goes into hiding for a bit after this episode, or even back to Earth 2 once she has made amends with Team Arrow. I hope it's not the latter, and I hope this isn't the end of Black Siren, the Laurel of Earth 2, but if it is, fingers crossed they do the character justice and give her a proper send-off. Anyways guys, overall, evil Emiko is, well, evil, but I don't think she'll stay that way for too long. Laurel is going to have a huge episode when we return from that break, and Arrow has finally introduced the Ninth Circle. I want to know your thoughts on all of this down in the comments below. What are your thoughts on our Ninth Circle leader Emiko? Even though she's not a coupon, do you think she can still be redeemed? And do you think Black Siren really is a lost canary, or is the trailer purposefully misleading? I want to know your thoughts on all of this down in the comments below. But until next time guys, it's been Tazz, and I'll see you guys in the next video.